70 fights with 70 wins and 66 of them being knockouts. This is no mere man but a monster who swiftly and effectively destroys his opponents. This is Ricardo Martinez. Before his rematch against Eiji Date, the former two-time Japanese featherweight champion, Ricardo holds a calm little open sparring session where other boxers can come in and spar against him to get him warmed up for the upcoming fight. And one of these boxers who step up is none other than the main man himself, Ippo Makinouchi. Stepping in the ring in his full boxing attire, as if this was a real match, Ippo was all the way locked in, getting his muscles warmed up with a couple sharp punches slicing the air with nothing but ease. Both fighters touch gloves, but even just being in his presence is enough to strike fear into Ippo's heart, as if this nigga got Kakurasaki. Oh my god, just how strong is this man? Ippo quickly gets in his guard right after they break, while Ricardo just casually gets into his. Ippo immediately charges in and starts off with a feint into his specialty, a liver blow. But this doesn't faze the world champion and turns to stare at Ippo as if he had already seen this coming before Ippo was even born. Ippo backs away and begins to bob his head in preparation for what's to come next. Ippo dashes in with a 1 and then follows up immediately with a 2 that is then countered instantly. Ippo was frazzled. He had no clue what had just hit him. Knows that he got hit, and Ricardo was still standing like nothing happened. Ippo, trying to calm himself down, gets back into his rhythm and starts bobbing his head, slowly creeping up against the world champion. But this is once again stopped with a sharp jab. We turn to the old man explaining what is happening, and when we turn back, we see my goat getting absolutely fucked. Jab after jab after jab. Ricardo is not letting Ippo breathe. Please let my nigga breathe. It is told to us that Ricardo had trained his jabs so much that his jabs just simply cannot be perceived or predicted. It is a terrible day for Ippo Makinouchi, getting absolutely demolished with just one hand. He might have to just hang up his gloves. Ippo goes 0 for 3, just doing whatever to land just a single punch. It is bad. It is terrible. After seeing that trying to dodge the jabs is simply just not working, Ippo braces himself and slowly but surely walks towards Ricardo until he is in range for his special weapon that we have all been waiting for. Ippo begins swaying left and right faster than the eye can see, creating wind gusts as if he was an airbender. The Dempsey roll is in full effect. It is officially crunch time. Ippo slides in to begin his unending, undefeated, unbreakable combo of Oh my god, Ippo, get the fuck out of there right now. Ricardo, with ease and perfect precision, dismantles Ippo's Dempsey roll before it can even start. Ippo has nothing left in his hand. It is over. Has everyone watching in pure and utter shock. And with that, Ippo stands there, knocked out cold, while Ricardo calmly walks away, ending the spar. Oh no. This is a sad sight for my goat. He doesn't even know the fight is over and continues to swing his arms as he is held back by the old man Kamigawa until he snaps back into reality and the fight is over. A couple days or weeks go by and Date's fight against Ricardo is at hand. Date enters calm and collected, ready for the fight of his life. With his belt held high, the featherweight champion of the world, Ricardo Martinez, steps on stage. The bell rings and the two fighters walk up, touch gloves, and back away to get in their own stance. After a couple seconds of waiting for the right time, Date rushes in calmly with a jab that breaks Ricardo's guard and follows up with a left straight that lands cleanly. Date starts off the match beautifully. Date dashes in, getting real close and personal with Ricardo, and spams short uppercuts to the body, not allowing Ricardo to get into a rhythm. He then gets Ricardo on the ropes and continues to spam X as if that is the only thing he fucking knows how to do. This man uses the same exact attack for like 5 whole seconds hoping to get something, but all he gets is a reversal, and now he is on the ropes. Ricardo, finally able to attack, starts off with a jab that Date calmly dodged. A few seconds later, the two start throwing punches, but they're evenly matched, so none connect, until a sudden duel exchange that leaves the two stunned until the bell rings, ending the first round. The second round begins, and the two fighters wait in the middle of the ring to get a feel, until Date charges in with a jab upstairs, the one to the body, and tries for another one up top, but is then weaved by Ricardo. In retaliation, Ricardo charges up a missile of a right hand that just barely hits Date's head. If that landed, Date probably literally could have just died then. That one punch was enough to completely frighten Date. Date attempts to push back with a right of his own, but instead is countered with a left from Ricardo that would have landed clean if Date didn't twist his neck to lessen the blow. With nothing but murder on his mind, he forces Date into the corner and begins to throw a devious barrage of punches to the body that pushes Date back. With each punch, Date tries to fake out Ricardo, but is instantly reminded why Ricardo is the champion and he is not. Damn. A nasty upper to the body that's strong enough to lift Date off his feet lands cleanly. Date begins to fall from that punch, but saves himself and immediately throws a 1-2 combo. And from that, the two begin to exchange punches of all sorts. Even though Date is still alive during this exchange, he might as well have died, as none of his punches landed, while Ricardo easily landed each and every one of his punches. An upper followed by a cross lands right on target, but Date continues to fight and throw even though he continues to miss. They go back to throwing straight hands. Ricardo comes to the realization that this nigga Date is something different. He is not like any other boxer he has fought. After realizing that his normal fighting style just won't work, will not cut it against this nigga Date, Ricardo starts off the next round speeding straight to Date punches before Date could even get out of his corner. Ref, please do something. He's trying to kill my man. Punch after punch. This is not the same Ricardo from last round. This is the true style of Ricardo Martinez, a ruthless and savage beast of a fighter. Date tries to counter, but is then immediately shut down with a hook that forces him to face the other way. Oh my goodness. Knowing that that is not enough to put him down, Ricardo lands two powerful punches that has Date's wife and son scared. With nothing but anger fueling him, Date lands a left, pushing Ricardo back for a second until he turns on Ultra Instinct to easily dodge 5 of Date's punches. Once Ricardo got back in range, his barrage of ruthless attacks continued to force Date to shell up, praying that his life is spared. This beatdown is so bad that it has Takamura sweating and glazing Ricardo. It might just be over for Date. When we cut back to Date, he is just completely beaten and bruised, barely even able to keep his eyes open. Please throw in the towel. He might just die if you don't. The bell for the 9th round begins, and oh my god, giving me no time to even continue my sentence, Ricardo continues to beat the ever-living hell out of Date. Please relax. Ricardo throws another devastating punch that seems to have hit Date head on, causing an explosion of wind to come up from behind Date's head. But no, Date twists his neck to kill the impact of the punch and gets off the rope. There could still be some hope left remaining. Date goes in full force with a chance he hadn't gotten since the beginning of the fight, and what the fuck was that? A love tap? Was that the best you could really do, Date? Please tee up. Date twists his hand, charging up for a special move. Ricardo puts up his guard, anticipating the punch to be aiming at his head, leaving his body looking like a delectable meal. Date throws his punch in full confidence that this will land. It must land. But it is no use. This man is too much of a monster. He somehow read what was happening and blocked the attack with his elbow, causing Date's hand to shatter from the sheer impact. This monster of a man continues his barrage of attacks as if nothing had even happened. Date's only chance of winning was nothing but a breeze to him. This fight is over. Not only did Ricardo punch Date so hard that his mouthguard flew out of his mouth, but just look at this. His jaw is hanging on for dear life. Just what is Ricardo hitting Date with that caused not only his jaw to break, but also his ribs? Ref, please check his gloves. Before he can fully give up, the bell rings, saving him from this terrifying round. Right after he was about to call it quits, Date's wife walks up and gives his mouthguard back and gives him a little pep talk that gives him enough fire to go up for another round and keep fighting. In Ricardo's corner, Ricardo humbles his coach to remind him that in boxing anything can happen and that there is a small possibility that Date might just win. But then he goes on to say that his job is to make sure that that possibility never arises. Even if Date becomes an unfortunate accident, this nigga is trying to kill him. He is perfectly fine with killing Date. Please, ref, end the fight. What are you doing? The next round begins and Date goes on the offensive even though damn near every bone in his body is broken, throwing jabs like his life depends on it. And of course, being who he is, Date dodges them all and charges in for a counter. But then, Date hits bro with a nasty hezzy and follows up with a nasty right, landing cleanly. He continues to fight disregarding his injuries so much that he gets hit with a flashback. Now, this could mean one of two things. Either A, this nigga's about to die, or we're about to see the craziest comeback of all time with the Jordan Poole effect in full force and full effect with the shorty and kid watching. He must not lose. Even though he continues to get battered and his bones continue to shatter, this man will never give up. It gets to the point that Ricardo even starts feeling bad that he's beating his ass this badly. Oh my. But because of that slight hesitation, Date lands a clean right, sending Ricardo back. He then follows with his specialty, the punch to end it, the heartbreak shot. This time, it lands, and now with all the stars lining up perfectly, Date follows up with a full power punch. This is it. This is how Date will win. Pack your bags, everyone. You are now seeing your new featherweight champion of the world. You serious? Ricardo Martinez somehow, someway, swiftly and smoothly dodged that punch that was supposed to end it all with such ease and finesse that everything goes silent. The music gone. The people shocked. Everyone is stunned. Even though everything was perfect, even though the stars had lined up perfectly, if only Date's fist wasn't shattered, that would have been it. And to truly end it, Ricardo charges up a devastating right that lands cleanly, ending the fight. This is Ricardo Martinez. This is the beast they call the strongest man in the world. This is Ricardo Martinez, the best to ever do it.